Here in the Rule 5 rebuild, we are coming off our best season of the series at 77 and 85. I think next year could be the season we start to talk about competing for a playoff spot. We've successfully developed a lot of key players on this team, like Zach Veen, who apparently has some ratings going down. That's not great, but this is a team that has, I think, developed really well. We have pitchers who have become very good starters. We have players who have broken out with really impressive seasons. It's been a couple years now for Alika Williams since he was playing at this level. But I think that this team is close to competing. We'll see this year if it's more of the same, just struggling under 500, or if the Marlins can finally get into that playoff conversation. Welcome to year 8, everybody, of the Rule 5 rebuild. That's what I like to see right there. Minnesota Twins, World Series champs. Wow, we have a lot of free agents for this year, and I'm sure our budget is going to be just fine, but more players now have that 6 years of MLB service, some even more. We have JT Ginn trying to give him a nice offer here, 72 over 4. He does expect to be the team's ace. I'm not sure if he actually will, but sure, you can be the ace. Now, some of these deals get really tricky. We have Ed Howard, who really didn't play much for us this year. Only played 73 games the season before, but last year he was really good, and he's an 85 overall. He was a one-WAR player despite only playing 38 games. I think at least for a season, we make this work. Dom Thompson-Williams, not looking for a massive deal, and I think, again, we just go for a one-year contract. It's probably time to move on from Chadwick Trump. We've had a lot of success at catcher recently in the series. All right, there are all the contract offers. I imagine they'll all be accepted. All right, I think all those deals are now done. I like our team going into this new season. We're going to give Nick Gonzalez a chance this year. He's never played quite like a 90 overall at the big league level. This is his chance. Now, it's not going to be for $14 million. He hasn't played that well, so his demand is only in the $5 million range, which I think is reasonable. We have the Rule 5 draft once again, and for sure in this one thing I want to do is get a starting pitcher. We're picking 9th in the Rule 5 draft. 3 players we had no chance of drafting. How about that? But I would like to at least add somebody we could start developing, and we have a 24-year-old option here, a 26-year-old option as well. Bud Kochman, 24 years old, K per 9 at 65. Like, all of these are pretty decent. Walk per 9 at 48 is a little bit low. Limiting home runs, throws fastballs, slurves, and changeups. Yeah, I think that this is an easy first pick here. Roberto Feliz is definitely our starting catcher, but we could use a new backup, and we're going to give Luis Pulido a chance. A lot of power and really good defense. I'd also like to bring in Alfonso Feliz. I'm not sure how much room there is on the roster, but we do want to plan ahead for a couple players moving on, like Dom Thompson-Williams. So let's keep bringing in some young players who could develop. Feliz, really good contact, good in the field, A potential. Why not? And that's all the room we have on the 40-man roster, it looks like. So, only a 3-player class this season. Alright, spring training wasn't great this year, just 9 and 15. Started out really poorly, was much better the last 2 weeks. But here is how the team did. I like going to these menus here. So, Ji-Hwan Bae hit .247 with 6 home runs in the spring. Yoswar Garcia just 194, might move him down the order then. Zach Veen always struggles in spring. Gavin Sheets, he's hitting the ball well. Bryce Ball was a good breakout from last season. We'll see if that ends up carrying over. Not much here from Roberto Feliz. Did take a step back last year in a lot of departments, and hopefully it gets better. Alika Williams was solid though. Dom Thompson Williams, not so much. Nick Gonzalez in 21 at-bats, not terrible. Alfonso Feliz, 333. Not expecting him to have much of a role this season. And Ed Howard, not too bad. I think he'll get more playing time this year. And for the pitching now, we have JT Ginn with his new deal, not pitching like the ace. So Matt Hall is still the ace. Dennis Santana, 5.8 ERA. And Bud Kochman, only a couple of starts here, but he's definitely going to be starting then in the bullpen, which the bullpen overall does seem pretty solid still. I think we're actually going to have Dom Thompson Williams begin the season at AAA. I've never sent him down, so he has the options, and I do want to get a better look at some other players. Not quite sure what to expect going into the new season, but here is a look at the depth chart. We have 190 overall player, Nick Gonzalez, really his last chance to show that he can be a key player on this team. Zach Veen, 89 overall, hopefully gets into the 90s this year. We could really use big years from Alika Williams and Ji-Hwan Bae. They've done it before in this series. Gavin Sheets, he's been clobbering home runs for a couple years. Hopefully we can see him get to 30 this year. Could be a pretty good team. Let's go through the season. By the way, we're actually using up a lot of our budget now. There isn't much room available now that everybody's like at arbitration years and free agency. So really interesting to see how that's all come together. But the new season is here. Why do you keep saying I have important messages? You never tell me what it is. All right, a 2-3 start. We end up sweeping San Francisco. That's got to be the longest win streak of the series. That's 6 games in a row right there. Now we drop this series to the Dodgers and get swept by the Reds. So maybe hold off on the championship parade. We're 9-13. So far, not looking like a very different season yet. 11-18 as we complete the first 33 games. Matt Hall, a 4.4 ERA. We have some struggles in the starting rotation, that's for sure. Riley Thompson, yeah, we're going to send you to the bullpen. Wow, the bullpen's even having a tough time here. The long relievers are struggling. Bachelor is struggling. A whip of almost 2. Then on offense, we have Ji-Hwan Bae, 3 home runs, 284. No homers for Alika Williams in the first 33 games. 6 for Zach Veen, as he is up to a 90 overall. Bryce Ball, okay. Not going to be the DH anymore. We're going to give that to Ed Howard in these lineups. Ed Howard sitting 222. Really good numbers here for Roberto Feliz. I say we maybe move him up in the batting order here. Gonzalez, 243 with some home runs. Okay, he's showing some power this season at least. Garcia's kind of bouncing back a little bit. And then we have Jordan Brewer now. He's playing for Dom Thompson Williams, 31 years old. Been playing with us here and there. Just trying to see how he's going to play now. Not seeing anything too impressive out of this season. A good 2 weeks. But a ways to go if you want to turn this season around and be different. We end the month with a 30-46 record. 5 straight losses here. And now things are changing in the starting rotation. Hall is struggling. He's 2-7. But both Ginn and Robles are now stabilizing this rotation a bit. Medina kind of struggling, so let's put in Dennis Santana. Kochman struggling, but just trying to get him development this year. I don't know what's up with Bachelor, but his walk per 9 is down 7. What is he doing? What is his walk per 9? 5.8 and a 5.6 K per 9. You got to get sent down after playing that badly. That is horrible. We're bringing back up Doris Valdez, who's been great at AAA. Wow, this could be the best season ever for Zach Veen. He's up to a 91 overall now. Contact is going way up. He's hitting lefties super well, it looks like. 14 homers already. Sheets is doing damage. Feliz. Let's make Feliz the 5-hitter then. Yoswar Garcia. We'll keep him there for now. You know, it might be time to just put Alika Williams lower in the order. Gonzalez might just be a better contact hitter right now. That's a nice winning streak again, but we're just so far from even being a 500 team this season. Last year, 77 wins became our new record. I don't think we're getting there. We're just going to quickly get this season over with, and it's going to be a 74-88 record. So we had some runs this year. We end up putting up a similar season to last. We're getting through a couple episodes, or a couple seasons today. So here's what we have for this season. Zach Veen up to 94 overall. He gained plus 12 contact against lefties. I have to know what he hit against lefties. He must have hit like 350. 6.5 WAR player. He's become a star. 269 versus righties. 340 versus lefties. Oh my. A plus 12 season. Zach Veen's a star, and he's still in his late 20s. We can't waste this. Gavin Sheets, 21 home runs. 295. Two of our best hitters there. Yoswar Garcia, 19 home runs. Some ratings up, more ratings down. Nothing spectacular. Ji-Hwan Bae, 243, 19 home runs. Looks like a little bit better than a year ago. Roberto Feliz hit 260. Some of these power ratings, though, are going down. He had a better slugging percentage. But, yeah, his home run at bat per home run isn't much worse. Gonzalez hit 310, though. So that probably gets him a deal going forward, a better one. I wonder what it's going to be now. Definitely won't be $5 million again. Bryce Ball, 14 homers. Jordan Brewer, not too bad, but not blown away by these numbers. Alika Williams, he has really fallen off. He just lost 16 power versus lefties in one season. 16. I didn't even know you could lose that much. But against lefties this year, he only hit 197, and in 147 at-bats, hit 0 home runs. I once called him the next star of this team, and that is not correct. All right, pitching. JT Ginn, 3.6 ERA, ended up with a really nice season overall, and he's got that nice contract extension. Both Matt Hall and JT Ginn have been solid. Kruksinski and Santana were good as well. Robles, around a 5 ERA, much worse than a year ago. And then the long relief is bad. I mean, this is 350 innings right here of mediocre pitching. So there's still more we could do in terms of finding starters probably. But I wanted to develop Kochman this year. He at least got up to 82 and didn't have any regression. Well, the Twins are really the best team in the MLB right now. That's cool. But as far as batting average goes, we hit 251 this year, which is better than 248 last year. It's a series record, but it's not spectacular. I feel like home runs are going to be way down. Last year was 195, and we're at 176. Team ERA, that's got to be much worse. With how bad those relief innings were, we were 4.03 last year, and this year it's 4.22. So we've talked a lot in this series about Gonzalez struggling, and that's why the contract demands have been low. It's not all based on overall rating, which I love. So $5 million is what he played for a year ago. This year, on a 1 year, he wants to go all the way up to $20 million. And actually, this isn't even going to get it done. I would have to really increase this. And based on how he played last year and being a 93, I think I have to give him the offer. And it might even have to be a qualifying offer, although I don't think that really matters for us. We don't use the draft. Riley Thompson's up to an 89. That's not bad, although his stats just haven't been great. So he wants around 15. We're starting to run out of money with this team. DJ Hers wants $10 million out of the bullpen here. I don't know if I can do that, because I saw our payroll last year. We have budget to spend right now, but I'm offering Gonzalez 20, Thompson like 10, or close to 20 actually. This is $40 million right here. So I actually have to think about salary in this series. This is really the first time. I think Dom Thompson-Williams is probably going to become a free agent now as he regresses, drops to an 80. Was a pretty good run. Hit 119 home runs for us. Hunter Wood's play really fell off in this last season. He wants a small contract, though, and we could actually use a few of these. All right, we're going to give Santana an offer here. I have no idea what we're going to have left, but Hers and Dom Thompson-Williams contest. I'm shocked that Gavin Sheets isn't asking for a larger contract. We can get him for 2 years, under $2 million a year? Hasn't he realized how well he's playing? Probably going to let Adonis Medina go now. He's regressing. Ratings going down here across the board, and that's 4 seasons in a row with a ERA over 4, and 3 of those have been at least 4.75. Nice development last year, though, for Doris Valdez, 85 overall. Might only get him to play here for another year or so at 34 years old, but we'll see if we can bounce back this coming season. All right, Rule 5 draft number 9. Now we're picking 4th. I'm starting to think that maybe I had overrated our middle infielders a bit, so that's one of my goals with this draft. And then probably more starting pitching, and preferably pitchers who have time to develop a bit. George Guardado, a minor league all-star, 24 years old, 77 overall. We're going to bring him into the team. Enrique Barreto, I think, would be a really good fit. High contact, 66 plate vision, better than most available, and a switch hitter. We don't have enough of those on this team. I'm probably going to edit his secondary position to be at least second and short, not just second base only. I want to bring in Carmen Quintana. Very high hit per 9, K per 9, and home run per 9. Throws lefty, 96 mile per hour fastball, throws a curveball as well. Would love to bring him to the team. Abraham Ozuna, these ratings are just really, really solid, and I don't think that we for sure know that third outfield starter yet. Let's bring him in. Last move here, Jose Ojeda, maybe to just be part of our bullpen. Only 61 stamina, so him being a starter isn't the best fit. But I want to add another pitcher. That makes it a 5-player class. I'm making a change, not a very easy one here, but I don't think Alika Williams is going to be starting this year. His play has just trended down way too far in recent seasons. He just turned 30. He was a minus WAR player a season ago. Can't ignore that decline. Gary Armstrong is going to have a chance to play some more shortstop, along with Ed Howard. Howard's going to be the starting shortstop, but in spring here, I think we have some competition. Armstrong, really high plate vision, good contact against righties. maybe we have him just play against righties, and then Ed Howard plays against lefties, which he hits better. Okay, this is much better. We went 15-9 in this spring training. Not bad at all. And here's what happened. So Matt Hall, 2.25 ERA, only 8 strikeouts in 20 innings, but apparently pitched pretty well. How are the strikeouts going for his career? They're trending down, and they were not high to begin with. JT Ginn, on the other hand, 99 velo, 84 K per 9. Definitely more of the strikeout pitcher. That's not too bad there. Dennis Santana, close to a 6 ERA. Thompson was solid. We'll put him up to third here in the rotation. Bud Kochman, pretty decent here out of the bullpen. Much better than last year. And then, not a ton of innings for Carmen Quintana, but I'm looking at having some change there. Nice season, spring here for Jose Ojeda. I think here I'm going to put Robles back in the rotation, and Santana had the higher ERA. But here's where it's exciting, all right? Austin Hendrick had 18 RBIs, hitting .351 and 4 homers. So he's taken over for Dom Thompson-Williams. He's up to an 86 overall. Well, he's part of how we're replacing Dom Thompson-Williams. It's him, it's Jordan Brewer, a lot of players trying to become the everyday right fielder. Looks like Hendrick is at least going to start against righties. Nick Gonzalez, 348. I don't know if the power is going to maintain from where it was. Not that it was like fantastic, but only 1 homer here in the spring, but only 23 at-bats at the same time. Zach Veen, 194. Not even phased when he has a bad spring anymore. Maybe he regresses against lefties, though. That's kind of inevitable. Gavin Sheets hit 213. Roberto Feliz 290. Ji-Hwan Bae, that's much better. I'd love for him to be batting high in the order again and work his way back up there. Alika Williams, now you hit 317 after I made you a bench player? But a fair amount of home runs here in the spring. Hendrick and Sheets lead the team. How about OPS? A few over 1,000 here. That's pretty impressive. Alfonso Feliz, in his 20 at-bats, he was solid. Abraham Ozuna, 292, hit 2 home runs in the spring. I think he will make the team. I can't have 8 outfielders on the 26-man roster, as much as I would like to. Yoswar Garcia, I think we'll give him some playing time this year at AAA and see if there's some development. I don't remember his potential being a C. So spring was much better here in Season 9, that is without a doubt. Maybe that's a sign that we can bounce back this year. We have a couple players here in the 90s doing super well. Zach Veen, 93 overall. Same with Gonzalez here, playing third base every day now. Last season was the most games he's played since the first year I went through this experiment, and he was finally really solid. Gary Armstrong playing more, Ed Howard as well. Howard should probably end up playing a bit more, I would imagine. And then in the outfield, Zach Veen, Jordan Brewer, Austin Hendrick, trying to see who can become the answers to this team's problems. We get into our brand new season. It's a 3-2, make it 4-2 start. We sweep the Braves, win 5 in a row, drop that series to the Nationals, split with New York. Just give me a winning first month. I want a little bit of hope. And at 14-9, that's what we get. So Austin Hendrick is just continuing a hot spring training then, getting a lot of development this year. We had him Back in 2027, just get a year of development. He's been on the bench. He might have been one of those players who was just always called up in September when we expand the rosters to 28. So I was really just focused on his A potential development after these seasons were duds. And patience is paying off there. Nick Gonzalez, 240. That's okay. We want more. Zach Bean, 4 homers, 235. Ratings are going to go down. The expectations are super high. Gavin Sheets. I think this is just age-related regression. He's not having a bad season. Why are his ratings going down? Howard, not bad. Ji-Hwan Bae only hitting 200. Jordan Brewer, cold streak. Gary Armstrong doing well, so let's move him up the batting order here. And maybe we can experiment more with our left fielder spot. We have both Alfonso Feliz and Abraham Ozuna hitting the ball well. Let's give Ozuna a chance. His hitting ratings are just more impressive. Whoa, Matt Holf, 8.3 ERA. Hopefully gets that fixed soon. But JT Ginn's pitching pretty well. Riley Thompson. Still trying to get some stability here in that 4th and 5th pitcher spot. Then you go to Bud Kochman. Not bad. Might get some starting innings soon. Maybe. Dennis Santana. Yeah. We'll just keep going back and forth here between the bottom of the rotation and top of the bullpen. Durbin Feltman, good as usual. Jose Ojeda. Doris Valdez, only a 5.1 ERA, not the greatest. Carmen Quintana, giving him the chance here to be our closer. And right now, he's 7 for 9. Will the fun continue? It's season 9. It's kind of do or die time for this team. Start winning or this might be coming to an end. By the end of our 2nd month, we're right at 500, 25 and 25. And here's the regression for the offense, 1 through 3 especially. Might have to really change up the batting order now. Are we going to run out of gas here? We are 1 game under 500. It doesn't seem like we have that consistency right here. 4 games under 5. Not enough winning to offset these losses. Abraham Ozuna's having a pretty good year, though. It's his first on the team, starting to get some ratings going up. He's only 23, so that's pretty cool. Gary Armstrong is hitting the ball well. 10 home runs. His power ratings are on the rise. Zach Veen, it's getting better. The stats are correcting themselves, and Sheets is still showing power. Howard, yeah, probably just batting too low. Gonzalez, more regression here. We're going to have Ji-Hwan Bae play on the bench now, as we're going to make sure we have Armstrong and Howard both active every day. Here in the DH spot, wish we could have a little more power here coming off the bench. Can we get back to 500 anytime soon? Not likely. We're 11 games under now. Good spring, good first month, 15 and 9. This is about the time of the series where I expected us to be competitive if we could pull this off. But maybe I just haven't built a good enough team. We have players who have good seasons, but not completely sustainable. We'll get into a game today, taking on the Colorado Rockies in the final week of the season. We're trying to get to win number 70. Last year, in year 8, we only had 74, so we could potentially pass that. But now I think we have to talk about, okay, it's been 9 years. We're signing players to big free agent deals. We're actually, really into this now. And we're still not even getting to 500. Abraham Ozuna having a nice season. Good to have, more young players helping out. But where do we go from here in this experiment? There is a walk for Ozuna, so right away a leadoff walk, and that takes us to Gary Armstrong, hitting righties a lot better than lefties this season, and he's at a 278 average, so we've definitely seen some change to the team today, just the win total not changing much with it. Gavin Sheets, 19 home runs this year, hitting 244. Zach Veen only had 20 home runs, so, I mean, we need our best players to have good seasons at the very least, and that hasn't really happened. We've seen much better from Zach Veen today. Gonzalez took a step back. A lot of players have. Ooh, close take there. Sheets will walk as well. That brings up Roberto Feliz, who, you know, hasn't been great. This is okay for a catcher. He doesn't have to have the best offense, but not if he's batting fifth. Oh, I forgot it was going to be a 2-strike count there. That's strike 3 looking. But I want to talk about one of our best breakouts of the year. Riley Thompson has just become the highest rated pitcher that this organization has. Almost a strikeout per inning. We strike out 2 here. It's a strikeout per inning. But he has been really solid. And he's one of those pitchers we've just had forever in this series, and we've been developing and trying to be patient with. So what I've learned in this rebuild is you can definitely use the Rule 5 draft to acquire and develop players long term. Like, it's worked enough in this series. And I think that as I look at my regular franchises, it's something I want to look at using probably even more. Akil Baddoo is now on the Rockies in here. And he's going to ground it to the right side. Should have gone for the tag there. 1-2 breaking ball. Riley Thompson picks up the strikeout against Josh Naylor. And that'll bring up Chris Bryant, who was just on the Twins. What happened, Minnesota? He was on the Twins with Cody Bellinger. Let's go back to that. Jammed into shallow right center. And there's the first. Ed Howard's been successful. He hit 261 this year. And that's driven to center field. Never mind, it wasn't that exciting. So Gonzalez hit 259 this year. Didn't show a lot of power. I continue to just be confused why he's not producing better given his ratings in the low 90s now. Now, I get that his overall is where it's at because he's such a complete player. If he wasn't a good defender and didn't have good speed, like, he'd be a lower overall for sure. Maybe it's just that simple. Maybe he's an 80 overall hitter, and that's going to give you all kinds of inconsistency. Although he's actually been consistently, like, below expectation for most of his career in this series. 1-2. At least one player here from the Rockies system, Michael Toglia. And that one hit him. I don't get too many hit by pitches here in the show. Ooh, he went around. Definitely. Strike 3 for Thompson. Here's Brian Torres. I don't know who he is, but he's a 2030 National League All-Star. 2-2. I'm trying to get that strikeout per inning. Let's get one more. There it is on the changeup. A little chopper to third base. So far, so good for Riley Thompson. So that's going to be our first hit of the ball game. Well done, Riley Thompson. Ooh, a close one there. All right, here's Zach Veen. Just 20 home runs. Definitely some regression this year. Just not up to his usual standards. But a chance to drive in some runs here. 2-1, 2 on. Turned on it. Right center. And that one is gone. Zach Veen hitting home runs in Coors Field. One day, Rockies fans, it'll be happening. Just he'll be wearing purple instead. Hopefully soon in my series too. I constantly forget that I have him in both of my baseball series, and his career could not be any more different between the two. No way. No way. Yanoa almost took Thompson yard. I'm over here like, wait a minute, I know this batting stance, but right now I can't remember whose this would be. Oh, that's going to bother me. He's out, though. Whose stance was that? Let me know in the comments if I don't somehow figure it out. But as we are now getting through the 9th season now in the series, it does kind of feel like we're reaching the end here of this little experiment. I'm down to try a little bit more and maybe do a couple seasons next time and finally see like, all right, is this going to work for me or is it more of a failed run? We have kind of the Zach Veen era here, and he's in his late 20s. Obviously, baseball players play a while, so he's not necessarily done. But what would you like for the rest of this experiment? With football season here, I am looking to experiment more with football stuff and have some fun with that. So definitely feeling like it's close to the time for this one to get wrapped up. But it has been fun. I'm glad I've brought some baseball to the channel. And just doing this has allowed me to see, like, all right, if I want to do more with baseball on the second channel, here's, you know, how it can work, how long things take, and what it looks like. I do enjoy the quick counts for this. Helps save some time. We can still get a lot of progress done here as Chris Bryant strikes out. Good recovery there for Thompson. And Howard center field. Is this one better? It's carrying. It's deep. It's down. Ground rule double. That should be a ground rule triple in this park, honestly. Oh, that was a weird swing, but it's going to drive in a run. Nick Gonzalez, RBI single. All right, Riley, been a great day for you. Let's see a well-executed bunt. Oh, that's not it. 2 on for Abraham Ozuna. 2-1. I wonder if they have the bullpen getting ready here. Feels like Yanoa's done after this inning if he gets through it. And that's no guarantee. That's up the middle, base hit, and we are rounding third base aggressively to make it 5-0. You're bringing Marquez out of the bullpen in this series? What is going on? Ooh, that one's getting through as well. Timed the slider perfectly. And they're going to be loaded now for Zach Veen, who has 21 homers to go with 80 RBIs. So perhaps we are a better on-base team. I forgot to check that out much today. Average was a little bit better, so I think you can assume at least a little bit better in on base. Almost hit him. Ooh, I don't have to go after that. It could be 3-1 right now. 2-2 to Zach Veen. Oh, I'm behind it. Throwing 99 right by him. Oh, I wasn't even that far behind. I had good timing. Just couldn't hit it. Now I don't feel so bad about that, but probably going to only get that 5th run. Oh, that's a drive, but it's going to hook foul, thankfully. A couple close calls in this one for Riley Thompson. Oh, man, I thought he'd chase that. Thought it was close enough. All right. I want to see how high this fastball goes. Change up, not even close. So we have a little predicament here in the 4th inning.
Up next for Colorado, the catcher.
Oh, I always think about the triple play. We only get one, though. Could have gotten the lead runner there if I'm only getting one. Ah, that's through the right side. Colorado is on the board. They're trying to go first to third. Taken off. The throw, not in time on the curveball in the dirt. Pitch count getting up there, and he's won a Silver Slugger. All right, you got Herman Marquez with a 2-run double.
Now batting, left fielder.
Nice diving play at second base. How about Ed Howard ending the inning finally? 5-3 Miami. Might have a bit more of a game now. Probably got to go to the bullpen here soon. Ed Howard into left field. And we have the first 2 reach in the 5th. Here's Will Benson now, batting 8th today. Ooh, good curveball. I wasn't ready for that at all. Yeah, we'll probably go to the bench now. Who do we want in this spot? Give me Austin Hendrick. 20 home runs this year. Same as Zach Veen coming in. Maybe he can match him now. Veen's gone yard once. 2 on, 2 down. That one's going the other way. I don't know about that. Nope. All right, Bud Kochman. He was one of my draft picks today. He's pitching in a lot of games, getting a lot of innings. And he's now 2 years into his development. It seems to be going pretty well. And it looks like he'd have a chance to be in the starting rotation here soon. Which means I'll probably have to keep drafting more starting pitchers to fill that bullpen gap that is really important. You got to have good long relievers in this game. They get a lot of innings. Whoa, that one is not where I wanted it. All right, I want to see the slurve. 3-2 to Naylor. Not bad. We'll go back to the fastball now. Just up. Don't want to mess around with the slurve here against Chris Bryant. That's on the ground. Howard to second, good throw, return to first. Double play.
Now batting, first baseman.
Bottom 6, we have a 3-2 count here and a good battle against Valentine. Rocky's trying to work on tying this game up, and that's drilled to center. We got it. On the ground to second. Routine. 2 good innings here for Bud Kochman. That's sliced the other way, and we will open the 7th with a Gavin Sheets single. How about Roberto Feliz here facing the lefty Rollison? Going up for one there, a little greedy. Line drive right center. And cut off, but we're going first to third. Come on, Sheets gets there. Oh, a breaking ball right over the middle. Thank you very much. Might have to stay at first, unfortunately, but another run comes home for Miami.
The third baseman, number 2.
I want to bring in Alfonso Feliz rather than have the lefty-lefty matchup here. He's a switch hitter. Runners at the corners. Oh, I'm too late on that. Not a good swing, actually. Oh, but it fell in. They're loaded.
Your attention, please.
All right, Alika Williams coming off the bench.
Number 5.
Can he deliver with the bases loaded? 3-2 count right away. And a walk. Now 3-1 to Abraham Ozuna. And that's a walk. Gary Armstrong, 3-1 right away. That is called a strike at 100 miles per hour. 3-2 after walking in 2 runs. That would have been another one. But at least it's only 1 out. Oh my, he just did it again. Zach Veen, everybody. Second deck. Into the tunnel. 3-run homer, make it 22 on the season. We jump ahead. It's a 10-run game in the 9th inning. Miami looking to do more damage. Ed Howard walking to first base. Another RBI. Oh, that's another walk. We have walked in 4 runs today. What is wrong with the Rockies bullpen? I gave them 9 years to develop. 3-2 Alfonso Feliz. On the ground, that'll score a run. It's a double play. We made some changes at pitcher this year, and Carmen Quintana, as the closer, 36 of 43, I think is really solid. 3.38 ERA, he's picked up 36 strikeouts. I saw his ratings, and I just felt like he could be a solid closer. Now, a 13-run lead, I believe, is not a save situation. But we're going to give up a double to start. 3-2 to Akil Baddoo. Curveball, low in the zone. 1 down.
Now batting, right fielder.
This curveball, though, is driven into right field. They want to bring home their 4th run. Thrown out at home. Can't do it better. And now, Chris Bryant, it's all up to you. 3-2 count. What do we think can end the game? Well, that is at eye level. All right, here we go again. Now we're going to try the slider 1-2. Not this time. How about the curveball? That's where I wanted it. But we'll just try a little 2-seamer up and in now. That's the ball game. Miami 16, Colorado 3. Well, there's win number 70. 3 in a row at 70 at least. But where do you think this series should go from here? Should we keep trying for a couple of seasons? Let me know down below. That makes it 7 wins in a row for Miami. And they make it a full 10-game winning streak. That has to be a series record. Now, the most wins we've ever had, of course, is 77. That's now possible. 11 wins. Then the streak's over. And we end on a 5-game losing streak to go 74 and 88 again. So, overall, 320 home run hitters, not too bad. Would like to see a bit more from Zach Veen, but he finished really hot. 93 contact now against lefties. 9 years of major league service. 222 home runs in that time. Gary Armstrong had 4.1 WAR, though. That's more than Zach Veen. His ratings are really going up. Ed Howard's at 3. Looks like he had a really nice season as well. Maybe the best he's had for us, especially as an everyday starter. I like a lot of the pitchers we have as well. Thompson had a good year. Matt Hull's regressing. He's 34. JT Ginn, not quite as good as he has been, but it's not terrible. Bud Kochman, 87 overall now. So he has definitely developed a lot in these 2 years. Going to these team rankings, though, Minnesota every year. But 251 was what we had a year ago. This season it's 250. Although, like, the best teams do 269, so there isn't really that much separation. Where were we in on base? We are definitely better at 21st. For home runs, it was 176 a year ago. This year, though, 159. We're down from 195 back in year 7. And then team ERA, I imagine, bounced back a little bit here. Oh my goodness, it's 4th. And we're only winning 74 games. 3-8-9 is easily a series record. Hey look, the Mariners won the World Series. But where do we go from here now? 3 straight seasons, over 70 wins. It's definitely up a level. But GM rating dropping to a D. Would you like to see more of this series, or should we move on to something else after 9 years with this team? Let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you all for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you all next time. Have a great day.